Alright, so in this Clark speech, I wanted to talk about how I come up with quotes. And give me a second. How I come up with quotes is I critically think and pattern recognize what's really going on. So, for example, I'll try to make a real life quote right now in this video. Since there's light in my room right here, I analyze the light quickly. I discern the light, and then I pattern recognized what it's doing. In this case, I did the opposite. So, the quote I would come up with, for instance, would be, light doesn't compete with darkness. You turn a candle on or a light on, and it's going to expel the darkness no matter what. That would be how I come up with quotes. That's a quote now. So do you see how I come up with quotes? I come up with quotes by pattern recognition, using biblical wisdom, a little bit of biblical wisdom, a lot of pattern recognition, and then the base knowledge that I have of how the world works. Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, in his video, They Won't Teach You This in Any School, that school teaches you what to think, not how to think. But my Grandpa Joe, he didn't take that avenue. He said, under the beautiful hair is the beautiful brain, use it. So I did. And one example of this is my second symphony is entitled Grandpa Joe. It's all on paper and 90% on computer. I didn't finish the last movement on computer. I regret that. But the whole point is, he used to do a little humming melody that went dun da da. And whenever I get reminded of him, I sing that melody out loud for God. I say dun da da. And that's the actual melody of Symphony Number 2, first movement. The second movement is under the beautiful brain is a beautiful, under the beautiful head is a beautiful brain, use it. So in that case, I don't have acquired that piece, but I thought of the singing melody of that, and the melody with trombone leading the whole orchestra is that. Symphony 2 is the longest symphony I've ever written, and it's one of the greatest. Because the first movement is 14 minutes and 50 seconds long, the second movement's over 7 minutes, the third movement's over 8 minutes, and the fourth movement's over 8 or 10 minutes. I haven't written all down. And it's all on paper. But the whole point I'm making is, you have to use your brain, okay? You have to use your brain. If you're not using your brain, you're dying slowly. And one example of this is, do something you love. Confucius once said, work a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. That's what he said. Work a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. So my job is musician, composer, evangelist, ninjutsu expert, and a bunch of other things. And I never regret waking up in the morning and on a Monday. So Mondays for me are no different than Sundays for you. Because I geared my whole finances, I geared my whole attitude behind following my dream. And that's all I'm going to say.